Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is the latest TMNT flick to hit theaters with a brand new animated feature produced by Seth Rogan with a stacked cast rivaling the likes of Oppenheimer. Yeah, people from Ice Cube, Jackie Chan, Paul Rudd, Post Malone. Main lead for Leo is the boy from Gumball. This is very much inspired by the likes of Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse is the blueprint when it comes to new modern day animation, specifically with comic book animation. I love it. I love this influence. I love this style so much. Fair, I think it may be even better than the Spider-Verse style. It's not a carbon copy, which I respect. It seems like they took what they liked from the movie and just cherry-picked what stuff they liked, but morphed it into their own image. The animation style, in a way, is very, very ugly. The character designs are very, very ugly, but I say ugly in a very, very good way. Like, the humans in this movie are disgusting looking. There's no symmetry at all on their faces. Very exaggerated, facial features. If you've not played a game called Psychonauts, it kind of reminds me of that art style, I can't lie, but with a comic book rough, sketchy effect to it. Very much captures the vibes from the 80s cartoon, but as well as the Mirage, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird comics. The main standout for this movie, of course, besides the animation, is probably the characters. Brothers, they feel like a family. I don't think any TMNT movie from any iteration really gets this wrong. The best part of this movie is just the banter between them. Every character is distinct, every brother is distinct, and you can clearly tell their personality throughout the movie. Leo is the awkward leader. Raphael, the hothead, he's got anger management problems. Donatello, the young geeky nerd. Michelangelo, the really cool skateboarding dude, surfer dude. And they're preteens. Something that we still haven't seen yet in the franchise. This is the youngest rendition of Turtles that we have. They're borderline preteens. I want to say they're 13. They are kids. Take it with a grain of salt depending on what your favorite version of the Turtle is, but it's come to this point now where we have so many different versions of the Turtles. You kind of really have to have an open mind going into movies like this. It's fun. It's a fun film. It's very, very comedic. There's a lot of heartfelt moments, especially at the end. There's times where you're legit getting chills. One thing that I do not like, minus spoilers I guess, the origin of the Turtles, for me personally, there's a lot of lore behind it. There's a lot of mythos and backstory and world building when it comes to Turtles specifically. And I know I'm talking seriously about 4 reptiles. They made Splinter a regular rat. I get, again, it's a very TikTok modern day social media influence wow that we live in today. So I feel like it's trying to mirror that with this movie. You're using modern day pop culture storytelling to sacrifice lore and history with the franchise that you have, and making Splinter a regular rat and a regular parent is kind of a bit jarring in a way, because they're not really ninjas. They're not really real ninjas, if you get me. They just looked at a bunch of YouTube videos and television shows to learn martial arts, although the sequence itself was very, very cool on how they learnt it. It kind of scales down the entire world of TMNT, and you're bruh, the entire Japanese Asian clan war is completely taken out. That's the cool bit. They're ninjas, and the whole original point was, they were there to get trained by Amatayoshi to take down Shredder. That's completely out of it. It's they're full-on New York Turtles. They're not Asian at all. There's no Asian background at all. Again, it's a bit jarring, but it is what it is. What this film does as well, better than I guess the Michael Bay films, is that the Turtles are the main characters. It is not Megan Fox and April O'Neil as the main lead with Will Arnett. It's not like that with the Michael Bay film. The Turtles are the main characters. April O'Neil is in the movie and she is used very, very well. She doesn't overshadow Turtles and the brothers. She also has a very compelling character arc in the story. She, of course, is an aspiring journalist and news reporter. But besides the story and the animation, oh my god, the fight scenes are so good. There is one specific scene and they play Dr. Dre, No Diggity. Oh my god, they may have shown a bit in the trailer, but it has to be one of the best action sequences I've seen in an animated movie, period. This movie flows really well between action and comedy. This movie is still aimed for kids and Gen Zs, although I must say that there are lots of Easter eggs for OG fans of, again, previous films. They even have a Vanilla Ice Go Ninja rap somewhere in the film. That was really fun. A lot of world building in this movie. You see a lot more of the TCRI Corporation. They're very heavily influenced within this narrative. If you're a fan of the Turtles, you know what characters could possibly appear in the near future. Post-credit sequence, I was jumping for joy. It was, bro, I got shivers in that, bro. But yeah, I think a Gen Z TMNT works. It works. Adults will enjoy it, kids will enjoy it, teens will enjoy it. It's very interesting because I think the Gen Z, I feel like Gen Z slang and humor and terminology is a lot more distinct compared to previous generations. So I don't think adults will get certain jokes, but kids and teens will, and vice versa with adult jokes in this movie. So I think it's very, very creative from both aspects. I think I truly believe how within the trailer it was adult teenager Seth Rogan who never ages or whatever. I think he's got the formula down very, very well. My hope is that as they're clearly franchising this series, because again, there's a post-credit hint. There's a lot of hint to world building and future villains. Go straight away. I want to see a sequel straight away. I would like this franchise to be a bit more of like a Harry Potter style, where like every film gets more and more mature as we go. Is this my perfect TMNT story of a film? No, I think we still have yet to see like a R-rated Mirage comic City at War arc adapted movie in animation. I want to see. That's like my dream TMNT film. Again, fingers crossed, you never know. Yeah, but with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please comment down below, let me know what you think, and I shall see you guys next time. This movie was a shell of a time. Peace. Cowabunga.
Time can get rearranged, but the more things change, the more they all stay the same. Still kicking butt and playing video games, driving everyone nuts. The future's really insane.